All right, so we got Ryan from Batavia Downs on here to talk about the Rockin' at the Downs series, which is just right around the corner here.
That's right. Thanks for having me on.
Yeah, thanks for being on. So, you looking forward to another exciting season out the Downs here, huh?
It is. I got to tell you, we just done so much since the last time that we welcomed everybody over. I get it. Last season was a little bit tough with that construction out front. Those of you that were able to come out to enter the concerts last year, you saw the progress that had to take place during the summer months because God knows we can't do construction in the winter time around here. So they had to do what they had to do, but man, does it look nice out front with these beautiful new sidewalks and green grass and speed bumps, and it's really nice and of a safe place to come enjoy some concerts. And we've got a heck of a lineup with 8 shows coming up this summer.
All right, so it looks like June 23rd is the first one. We're kicking off here in less than 2 weeks here.
That's right. We have Almost Queen coming in. They were the first concert that we had after the pandemic back there in the summer of 2021. They put on an unbelievable show. Those guys are just, a premier Queen tribute show in the United States. And we're just so excited to welcome them back. It's one of our best selling tickets so far, concerts. And we've got a lot of people that are coming in. I think VIP might be sold out. I'm pretty sure premium is actually already sold out. So people remembered what happened last time, how much fun they had, and we're looking forward to having everybody back there at our kickoff show for June 23rd.
All right, awesome. That sounds like it's going to be a great show to kick off the season with for sure. And so then we go to June 30th. Tell us about that show there.
So that should be Get the Let Out, correct? We got Get the
Yep.
Let Out. Also another band that was here last year, and they were very, very much a band that attracted, I think, a crowd of over 5,000 people. For those of you that came to that show, you'll know that they started off with some great tunes. Of course, some Led Zeppelin tunes, as they are a tribute to the Mighty Zepp there. And unfortunately, the rain kind of cut things short for us. We had the rain come down around 9:30, and with lightning in the area, we had to call it. And it was just one of those things where they played for an hour and a bit, and so there wasn't really much else we could do. We were at the mercy of Mother Nature. So that's what happened there. But we're going to be changing things up when these guys come back. We're going to release details in a couple of weeks on our Facebook page, probably the week of the show. But I think we're going to have them start early so they can do two kind of like not two full sets, but maybe a set and a half. And that'll, I think, be really, really something that a lot of people will be looking forward to, knowing that we missed out on a couple of great Led Zeppelin tunes. We're going to hopefully get that and more coming up on June 30th this year.
That sounds great. Yeah, that would definitely make up for last year for sure.
Yeah, absolutely.
All right, and then we're going to move on down to July 7th. Craig Morgan and Drake White.
And I got to tell you, this is another one that's a great seller because, quite frankly, we haven't really done a lot of country in the years that we've kind of gone through. And we're bringing a new country act, Craig Morgan. He has the big famous song "Redneck Yacht Club," but in recent years, he's kind of had more of a gospel theme to his country music, and I'm sure he'll be playing a little bit of both when he joins us there. We've also got a fireworks presentation signed up for the end of that as well. So we're looking forward to welcome everybody out for a fireworks show immediately following the Craig Morgan concert there on July 7th. So that'll be a good time. And he's bringing Drake White with him, who's another great country music artist in his own right with a lot of hits. So that's one selling fast as well. And we're looking forward to having one of our first country shows in many years.
All right. And then that takes us to probably the hardest rock show on the bill there with Skid Row on the 14th.
That's right. Skid Row, of course, an 80s, hair band staple, if you will. But I know bands of that era won't necessarily be pigeonholed into being just hair bands. Obviously each one of them is a great musical artist in their own right, and they contribute a lot of great things. Those guys were actually slated, I think, to be here a couple years ago until we had an unforeseen circumstance that prevented them from coming out. But they'll be here this time around, and we're looking forward to having them out.
All right. Yes. And then July 21st, you guys are bringing the Marshall Tucker Band around.
Yes, they were here, I think, the year before the pandemic, and a great Southern rock band with some great tunes, and another one that always seems to sell out in the front areas because they are kind of in that Southern rock country kind of vibe type of thing. They're just great, and looking forward to having those guys there in July.
All right. And then July 28th, we got Herman's Hermits with Peter Noon, a return double bill from last year.
That's right. So Peter Noon, if those of you who were here last year, wow, that guy, the master showman, like he was up on stage, and the way that he talked to the crowd, the way that he worked it with everybody, it was just phenomenal. I mean, he just was so good. Like the way that he just worked the crowd, and he's a real showman. The way that he just kind of talked to everybody. So I'm really looking forward to Peter Noon. I think it was one of the concerts I enjoyed the most because not only did he do Herman's Hermit songs, but he kind of borrowed some other songs from those, those bands of that era of those '60s. I know he did some
Mhm.
Beatles too, did some other tunes as well. So he kind of branches out. And another fun thing about songs from that era, all of them had to be played in about 2.5 minutes so they could fit on the radio. So it's just kind of hit after hit after hit after hit after hit. And in between those songs, though, he's telling stories and he's giving you a little backstory about how certain ones were written. And that's, I think, something that people are really engaged with is not just hearing the music, but hearing the stories that went into them. And Peter Noon does a great job with them. We're bringing the Grassroots back. They are actually going to be here for 3 years in a row. They headlined 2 years ago, and then they opened up for Peter Noon last year. And boy, they've got a lot of great songs in their own right as well. That'll be a really well attended concert.
Yep. And then we're bringing in Mr. Don Felder on August 4th.
Yep, Don came in the summer of 2021 to us. And again, talking about a master showman and somebody that's a storyteller, this guy's got unbelievable stories from the road and the time that he spent with the Eagles. He's a best-selling author, and being able to listen to him tell the stories behind some of those Eagles songs, that's really intriguing and a lot of fun. And of course, I would say that he played, I think it was 2 days or a day after my birthday in 2021. And because I'm a July 6th birthday guy. And I got to tell you, that Don Felder show, I think it's my favorite show of all the ones I've seen in the many years here. Got me toe tapping and singing along because I'm a big Eagles fan. Don Felder is one not to miss.
Definitely. And then we're going to close out the series with Mike Del Judas.
Yeah, he was one of the last shows we had last year too. And Mike Del Judas, he is just an unbelievable musician in his own right. He was such a great musician and such a great singer and piano player and all those things that he actually got picked up by Billy Joel, who heard him sing at a concert to actually come into his band many years ago. So now Michael Del Judas actually tours with Billy Joel. He's in Billy Joel's actual band. And when Billy's not touring, Michael Del Judas goes out and does a tribute to Billy Joel, but he also does some of his own music and he does covers from some other artists. And I will tell you this, last year, the last 5 songs that Michael Del Judas did on stage, he got a standing ovation from the people in the audience after each one of the last 5 shows. Never seen anything like it. First time I've ever seen it in Batavia Downs. And I got to tell you, I think a lot of people missed out because people were like, well, it's a tribute act and this and that. Folks, you got to understand that these tribute acts sometimes are just as good as seeing the real thing, and you're paying a fraction of the price, quite frankly.
Yeah.
Out at Batavia Downs, you get a $15 ticket to sit in the lawn. You got the $10 free play. So 2/3 of your tickets already, you're going to get it back in free play. You've got the beer out there. You've got all of the food stands, all of the food trucks and stuff. And we're keeping the price the same, $8 for a beer or a mixed drink. You go to some other concert venues, which I won't name names, but other concert venues get half the size of a beer that we got at their place, and it's $14. So we're trying to help you out with your money to go make it go farther at Batavia Downs by keeping the prices at $15 in the cost for those lawn tickets and keeping the beer prices stable so that people can afford a nice night out with their friends and family. And Michael Del Judas is going to be a great one to end the summer with because he kills it when he does his Billy Joel tribute.
All right, and there you have it. Another solid lineup this year out at the Batavia Downs, Rockin' the Downs Series 2023. And I can't wait to see this lineup this year. And anything else you want to add before we let you go here?
Just want to make sure everyone understands that getting tickets for this is easy. You just got to go to BataviaConcerts.com this year. Is people are going onto their iPhones and they're typing in Batavia Concerts. If you do that, if you just type in Batavia Concerts in your iPhone, the first Google search that'll come up, because you're actually searching within Google, will
Mhm.
be one of these party websites, and you're going to pay 5 and 10 times as much money as you should because you're not buying it direct from us. We had a lady
Mm.
call us up the other day, and she couldn't understand why it was advertised that there was a $15 ticket. She got charged $150 for 2 tickets to go see one of the concerts, and it was
Oh,
because
wow.
she bought them from a reseller for 75 a piece. She for me direct for $15, and there's nothing I can do because she didn't buy the tickets from us, so I can't
Right.
really upgrade her ticket, do anything special because they're not their tickets were purchased by somebody else. So please make sure that when you're buying tickets, and this is a PSA for not just us, but quite frankly, any concert fan, you
Right.
got to make sure you're going to the direct source. If it's through Ticketmaster, if it's through one of those other guys, we get it. They control a lot of concert venues. You got to go direct. You can't if you go to another one of these third party websites that have dashes and numbers and all kinds of crazy things in the URL there. There's a chance that first of all that your tickets might not be valid, but secondly that you're going to pay 5 and 10 times as much as you should. So go to Batavia Downs official website, BataviaDownsGaming.com. Click on the concert tab or the events tab to go directly to it, or BataviaConcerts.com. That'll redirect you to our Eventbrite website, and that's where you're going to get those tickets right direct from us and pay the right price.
All right. Sounds good. Well, we looking forward to seeing you out at the Downs this year, and thank you for your time.